guys, and welcome back to another episode of Watches and Me. Again, this is kind of a random video that I wanted to make because I was doing my classic thing where I open my watch box, check out the watches, check if they're at the right time, think about what I might wear tomorrow, do I want to change some straps, that kind of thing. And it got me thinking about vintage watches. So what you've got here is, firstly, this is a Brietling Toptime. This is the 2002. I fucking love this watch. I think this is the most amazing bang per buck out of my whole collection. I mean, if I said to you that this is a 1950s, 1960s, so if I said this is a 60-year-old Breitling chronograph, how much would you think that that cost? I mean, this isn't on the original bracelet. This is on an aftermarket bracelet that I bought from bazandlokes.com, who I really recommend. It's a really high-end strap, but they're completely handmade. You'd think that this all-original crown Breitling chronograph Toptime 007, James Bond wore one of these. I think he wore the Panda, so it had the black with the white dials. But you'd think this was a seriously expensive watch. And man, I paid, what, £1,200 for this maybe about 12 months ago. So if you're watching this, you're probably in Australia or the States. So, I mean, we're talking about, $4.5 million of your dollars. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but I mean, it cost me about £1,000, £1,200. It's pretty awesome. So it's manual wind and just a really sweet movement. You can see the seconds register just here. One little push. It's just got a beautiful movement. I mean, if you think JFK was assassinated like 2 years before this was made, that's how old this watch is. And it's still perfectly wearable by today's standards. I mean, it's a 36 mil, which I know some people would say is too small, but fuck, like Muhammad Ali was wearing something like a 30 mil or a 28 mil back in the day. So this would have been huge to someone like the big guy. But that does not look weird. I don't care who you are. That does not look weird. It looks awesome. I'm quite a big guy. I'm 6'2", and believe me, this works. I also think because it's got the chronograph pushers that it extends the kind of case-to-case extremity in size, so it's super wearable. It's also on this chunky strap. This is actually like a oatmeal brown suede, but it's kind of gone a bit dark and gross, but it's pretty nice. I love the way that sort of these kind of canvases tend to wear. As you can see there, I bought it from Baz and Lokes. Really recommend them. I think I paid about $120 for that strap. But come on, that is a sweet Breitling with the Heslite plastic glass. Manual wind, just got it serviced, full service for like £200, and that should probably outlive me, I would have thought. It's got this really nice like satin linen sort of slight champagne dial. Anyway, I won't go on about that any longer. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the bang per buck from this piece. Now, this is the original strap that it came on. I hate the strap. It's shitty and I need to change it. But what I wanted to talk about was what a bargain this was. So I picked up this watch recently on a trip to Rome. I was in Rome for a month on business, and I always do my classic little trawl to see if there are any nice vintage watch shops around, and I came across this, and obviously I knew it was a Zenith. I knew it was a Zenith Star, which I think over there they call the Zenith Stellina, and I just thought it was pretty cool. Look at the dial. I mean, that has been absolutely destroyed. I mean, that's been loved. And the patina on it, as you know, in vintage watches, patina equals value. So if you actually look at the color of the side of the dial there, that silver color, that would have been the original color of this dial, but because of age, maybe a bit of exposure to moisture, I'm not sure, that dial has now become so heavily pitted and patinaed. It's just got this lovely yellow gold texture to it, and even these little bobbles have added further kind of character to the dial. Now, I paid a crazy price. What do you think I paid for this watch? I've had this fully serviced as well. It cost about £200. It wasn't really keeping time when I bought it. It was like, I don't know, 15 minutes off every day. It was pretty insane. Well, I'll tell you. I paid €100. €100 for a Zenith vintage watch. I mean, honestly, you can't. What else? What else do you want? What else do you want for 100 quid? I mean, fuck, you can't even buy a Seiko or a Citizen for that. I mean, sure, the black, slightly old school strap is a bit douchey, and you're not going to wear it with that. But come on, you put this on a kick-ass grey strap, brown strap. You know, you could go crazy, stick it on blue if you're going to wear it in the summer. And it's a really decent size. You know, I wear some other big watches like my AP and my Tudor Heritage, but I just think when you want to go for that retro look, which is really in at the moment, then come on. These two are surely got to be up there, because if you want to go vintage Rolex, even vintage Omega, vintage Breitling should be crazily expensive, but holy crap, I think I paid $1,000 for this and I paid 150 quid. Don't forget, Zenith supplies the movement to the Rolex Daytona. This is not a shit watch house. This is a kick-ass luxury premium watchmaker, and it's £100. I paid £100 for that. So those two would be two really cool considerations if you're looking to add some really unique, classy, stylish watches to your collection and to get loads of bang per buck. So that's all I've really got to say about this and the vintage watches in this episode of Watches and Me. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you want to see anything else, drop me a comment in the comment section down below, because I'd love some advice on what else you might want me to talk about. I can't believe people are even watching these things, but thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.